Thank you for taking this moment to breathe and to listen to what can change your life forever. My name is Ragnar Zinikas, and I'm the founder of Starpreneurs TV, Dominate the Decade talk show, World Women Conference and Awards, and I'm an international speaker and coach of the change makers. My mission is to empower through education. And I want to thank you by joining today. You are investing in your personal growth. So today I have the honor to talk with Yolanda Mabuto, and she is the founding director of Divine Growth Solutions. She's also the World Women Conference and Awards African leader, chairperson of South African Institute of Electrical Engineers, Entrepreneurship and Innovation, and member of BRICS Energy Group and international partner for World Business Angels Investment Forum. Who she is, you will get to know her better by just listening to her. But Yolanda, tell us who you really are and why are you doing what you're doing, and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Rahane. It is such a pleasure and an honor to be joining this amazing platform and really sharing who Yolanda is. Yolanda is a mother, first of all. She is based in Africa, in South Africa to be specific. As we have mentioned, I am the founder, an entrepreneur at heart, and a change maker that really loves to inspire through doing amazing things, not alone, but rather having a number of people that are doing great things that can change the world and in turn change their lives.
So looking at your biography, people might say, oh my God, she is involved with so many things. But if someone comes and asks, Yolanda, what is the passion and purpose of your life? What would be the answer?
Well, I guess the passion for me is seeing the change. And I love the quote that was, I think, requoted by our late president, Nelson Mandela, that says, you must be the change you want to see in the world. So wherever I want to see the change, instead of complaining about it, I join hands with those that are doing the change. Hence, you see Yolanda being involved in a number of initiatives. It's only because I want to be part of the change and take those around me through the change, because I believe through change, you can see amazing things and lives can be changed.
Beautiful answer. So, Yolanda, we still need to talk about this crisis, the health crisis, and we all know that so much have changed in personal lives, in professional lives. But how do you see Africa? How did it? Obviously, from it has been devastation everywhere. But if we're not only focusing on the bad things, what do you see? How has Africa changed due to this health crisis, and what do you see happening?
I see a lot of change. And I was having this discussion, I think yesterday, with one of my colleagues, and I was saying, look, regardless of how bad the pandemic has been, not only in Africa, but across the globe, we have learned so much about the gaps in our health system as African countries. Yes, we have countries within Africa that have strong, health systems and processes, but also with those countries that seem to be having a strong, processes and infrastructures, we've seen gaps, and those gaps help the government to actually see where they need to strengthen their infrastructure, where they need to budget more to ensure that we close the gap. And I think, again, in terms of making sure that the young kids are being made aware of the safety hygiene. I think COVID-19 has taught us a lot around that, and I can see in the near future that we will still remain, washing hands, ensuring that we keep the distance where we can, because you'll never know what might hit us in the next decade or so. So I think there has been a lot of learnings apart from the health systems that are having their own gaps, and as well as the hygiene side of COVID-19. It has taught young kids, and they will grow up with that mentality and that behavior, and it will really help the countries, not only in COVID-19, but in other diseases and infectious illnesses as well.
So true. Yolanda, you're working mainly with empowering women and all the initiatives which are very, very much girl and women focused. What do you see? What are the biggest challenges as a female entrepreneur from Africa when you want to start or grow or scale your business?
There's so many challenges, Rechne, when you want to start a business and you are a female in Africa. One being because first of all you are a female, that's one challenge. Apart from others that are attached to that, access to finance, access to the right information, access to the right partners, because you still have organizations that don't want to partner with females because they feel like, oh, if I take a female on board as a partner, there will be certain things that I would be missing out on. She would go and leave on maternity leave, and a number of things that people are still now trying to change their mindset about doing business with females, because there has been a global move and a global awareness around including women in business, including women in creating, executive positions for women. And we've been advocating for that for a long time. It's been almost 10 years now since I've been in the drive of ensuring that women are supported, just to ensure that we're not only saying things must be done, but we are part of doing things. In my organization, we have an enterprise development program that focuses on females, where we ensure that we create these platforms, we create initiatives that women would not necessarily be able to plug in if they were on their own. But when we are organized as an organization and having a number of females that are going for a certain opportunity, it becomes better. For instance, we went to the Department of Energy in South Africa and we said, look, we are seeing the challenge in the sector and we want to be the part of the solution, and we want to work with you. And guess what? They opened up their offices, they opened up their support and said, we will endorse every program that you have. So because they're also seeing the challenge in the sector, and not only in the energy sector, but across sectors where women really are struggling to crack into the marketplace. But with such programs where we work with the government, it becomes easier and it becomes better. One, for the government, and two, for the business owners as well, because they are now able to tap into spaces that they would not necessarily tap into.
Very true. So, Yolanda, I know that you, as a leader for World Women Conference and the Words for the African continent, you and your team are planning some events which are very, very powerful. Tell us more. What is the plan for you and for your team, and who do you serve with all of those events?
We've got an amazing team in Africa, amazing team of men and women who are eager to implement projects and really ensure that as we implement projects in Africa that will create employment and entrepreneurship opportunities, we also ensure that we have engagements where youth and women are able to voice out their concerns. Because we cannot shy away from the fact that during COVID, most of women and young people have been muted. They have not had the platform to voice out their challenges, to really, share ideas and learn from each other. So 50% is ensuring that we create engagement platforms for youth and women to engage and learn from each other. Another 50% is to ensure that we implement projects that will create employment and entrepreneurship. And I've got a number of, amazing leaders from South Africa. We've got Nziki Nkoko, who is running the training for the whole of African continent. We also have amazing young leader from South Africa, Palisa Murabe, who is working with an amazing team of young people, driving change and transformation in the lives of young people across South Africa and Africa. We've got great leaders from Nigeria, Jude Anumodu, who is amazing, and also driving the leadership. And it has been said a number of times that Africa has a leadership vacuum, and we need to close that by ensuring that we take young people with us. So I was just saying, we've got amazing leaders from across Africa, from Cameroon, leaders who are looking into agriculture. How do we ensure that women are also part of the mainstreaming in the agriculture sector, and also leaders from Namibia, where they are focusing on mining. So the event in May, which will be the Africa Day, and bringing those expertise and bringing those leaders across Africa and across the globe, so that we can share what Africa has to offer and look at possible, partners from the international community that will partner with us as we create this, amazing continent that we all want to be part of, that we all want to see.
Beautiful, congratulations. And you who you are listening and you want to be part of it, obviously reach out to her or to me, and we will see how you can be part of it. So, but Yolanda, tell us more about your other projects as well. Why have you chosen to be part of them, and how are those projects adding value to you, and who do you serve with those projects?
Absolutely. Look, with regards to the South African Institute of Electrical Engineers, we obviously want innovative ideas from young people and from young women and anyone who is in the startup area to be able to have support during this time of COVID-19. And how I am involved is really shaping up and opening doors of opportunity through connecting with the current network that I have, and see what can the South African Institute of Engineers benefit from the network that I've created. And apart from SAIE, but the members themselves, the SMEs, the startups, how can they be able to benefit and create better businesses and get their ideas from the idea stage to actually into a product that will be taken to the market. And that is really how I, as a person or as a servant, is serving my country and ensuring that we add value into the economy at the end of the day. And then secondly, with regards to the Global Startup, which I am chairing now for the World Business Angel Investment Forum, looking after the African continent. Again, there's always synergy in everything that I do. I guess it's, as a leader, you really have to look at every part of initiative that you are part of. What are the synergies and what are the opportunities that you will be bringing into the country, but also what value will you be adding? So the value that I'm adding for these initiatives is to really create spaces and really use the resources that I have to add value into those initiatives. So it's amazing, and I'm looking forward to work with whoever is listening into this discussion who feel led and passionate about entrepreneurship and startup. You might be a student, you might be a person with innovative ideas. We need to join hands. Because basically with the WBIF, we want to create financial inclusion for startups and for women. We want to work with universities because that's where great ideas are being cooked from. So we want those ideas to come out and get to the marketplace, and then we create the infrastructure for those ideas to go into the market and create investment for those ideas. And we can't just do that. We need to make sure that those innovators, they are well prepped to be ready to go and face investors, so that when the availability of investment is there, they are really equipped to be able to sell their ideas and really get value from this platform. So basically, it's all about serving and wanting to see the change and being part of the change.
Beautiful. Yolanda, what or who inspires you the most and why?
That's a beautiful question. Wow, so many people inspire me. So many people inspire me, but I guess I'll mention a few, and you being one of them, because as an amazing woman who is in Mexico right now, but originally from Estonia, having the vision to have a number of women across the globe driving change in their continents and in their countries, for me, it's an inspiration that I felt I need to be part of this. I need to be part of this movement and bring about the change. And there's a number of amazing and great women and men who are doing amazing things. There's this another woman who's also doing great things. Oprah Winfrey also changing lives. I mean, Africa needs leaders who are empathetic, who understands the current challenges and context that people are finding themselves in, and how can then they match the opportunities with the need. And really, everyone who's just doing their most to support and change and transform their economies and transform people's lives really inspires me, because we cannot change the world alone. We need to collaborate and we need to partner and get things done, basically.
Well, it's a true honor to just to listen to you. The way that you are humble, kind, and always having inclusion and diversity in your mind is absolutely amazing. So you are the change that Africa needs, and I'm very honored to be sharing the path with you. So, but what do you see, Yolanda? What the future will look like? What do you expect from your personal and professional life with all this new era of doing business differently, living your personal life differently? How do you see future?
Future is looking bright. It might be looking like now it's bleak, but if you look at it as a spiritual person, I would say in a spiritual eyes, future is looking bright because there are so many opportunities that have been made available right now. For instance, the borders have been made flat. People can communicate, across countries without, nobody needs a visa to have a Zoom with someone in US or in UK or wherever. So it's about time that people are taking advantage of such opportunities. And I believe in every challenge there's always a silver lining, and if we don't look into those silver linings as leaders, we might be missing out. I think future is bright because a number of organizations are changing, and they are changing because they want to be sustainable, because sustainability is the way to go. Because as an organization, you don't want to be successful for 5 years and then you die in the next 5 years. You need to create sustainable processes, resources, so that people are able to continue with servicing, the customers. And I think the future is bright because, again, we are moving to the digital world. In fact, we have moved to the digital world, and this is not only for us as old people, if I may put it like that, but also for young people. Education has been taken now into the digital platform, and that's a great future for our kids, even though we're still on the journey to get it right in Africa, because we've been behind. But it is a step in the right direction because we are going digital, and everybody is talking about inclusion in many ways: gender inclusion, digital inclusion, financial inclusion. So many inclusion has to be taken into account to ensure that the future is bright, and it's even brighter for the youth. And I believe we have the responsibility to ensure that we create, infrastructures that our youth will be able to continue with when we're not here on this earth. So that's why my business is in the green energy, because we've got to go green. We've got to do things in an environmentally friendly way so that when we're not here, we leave this world in a good place where young people can take up and proceed with the legacy that we have left for them.
Beautiful. I want to thank you who you showed up today. I hope that you have been taking some notes. I hope that you have taken some notes that you can take action on today, because by really raising your awareness, you're able to take better or make better decisions. And when we are able to make better decisions, we get better results. So, Yolanda's answers have been just pure gold. So I really, truly hope that you paid attention. If not, go back to this video, make notes, and really, truly think, okay, wherever you are, whether you are in Africa, because I know that a lot of people will see it because they're following you. And if you are there, what can you do today in order to change your life or be the agent of change in your life today? Or if you see that, you know what, I really truly believe that I'm part of something bigger, then do you have those connections? With whom do you surround yourself with? So ask those questions, and if you don't have answers, reach out. So, Yolanda, which are your three recommendations how to dominate the decade?
First of all, I would say, if you want to dominate the decade, show up. Firstly, show up, because you cannot dominate where you are not existent. You need to show up. When you show up knowing who you are and knowing how you will add value to the next person. Because I believe as human beings and as leaders, we ought to ask ourselves, what value am I adding? So as you want to dominate the decade, show up, understand your worth, understand how you are adding value to the next person, and really understand what benefits you as a business person. What's in it for you as a business person to grow your business and grow those that are around you? In that manner, you will dominate the decade, and also not doing it alone. Take people with you so that there is a great succession plan. Because one thing that kills nations and countries is a lack of succession plan, so that when Yolanda is not here, everything falls flat because no one is there to carry things through. Because you want to dominate decades, not decade. So how do you do that? Is to ensure that it's a pay forward. I learn it, I teach the next person, and the next person do the same, and it becomes a ripple effect. So for me, understanding yourself, understanding your value, and really showing up, and showing up with confidence and commitment and consistency, for me, that is the recipe for dominating the decade.
Absolutely amazing. And you are watching, please make notes, and also write down the action points how you are going to apply those in your life. So, Yolanda, if someone wants to now follow you, or they want to ask questions, or they just want to connect with you, what would be the best way to do so?
I am available on Facebook as Yolanda Mabuto. I am on LinkedIn as Yolanda Mabuto, and also on YouTube as Yolanda Mabuto. Twitter, I'm also at Yolanda Mabuto. So you can find me on those social platforms, and feel free to link up with me. I'll be happy to answer any question and support where I can. Or if there's anything you want to support with in all the initiatives that we have, feel free to connect, because I believe in collaboration, because it's part of the Sustainable Development Goals. We partner for better goals. So hit me up anytime.
So if someone did not take notes, I don't know why, but let's assume that they didn't. What would be your last message to everybody that you want them to remember out of this interview?
Well, one thing one can take away from this interview is that know who you are, and have a servant heart as a leader, or as someone who wants to be a leader, and really show up. Show up knowing yourself, knowing who you want to serve, and knowing what exactly the value you are adding. Because we are living in a very busy world. It's easy to be swayed into different directions when you don't know who you are and what you stand for and what your values are. So if you know those things, you will be steadfast, and you will stick to your goals, and ensure that you live your goals and you implement your goals, and you take those that are inspired by you with you as you do that. But most importantly, as leaders, we're living in a world where we need to be empathetic, where we need to be inclusive, and also understand that the world is changing. How do we stay afloat? How do we stay informed, read, engage, and communicate? Those are the best things that you need to do as someone who wants to add value in the world. Whether you are a leader or you're an executive, or you're just a normal person who wants to make a change in his or her environment.
Beautiful. So we will stop here with reminding you Nelson Mandela's words, be the change you want to see in the world. But today you can make or take the decision to really, really change your life. So all those notes that you were making are the pace for that. So first of all, take a look at them, then write down the action plan. And there's no better time than now to action now. There's no tomorrow, and or think that there might not be a tomorrow. So the best time is now. And living in present is something that we as a human race really need to start to practice, because we are always, whether stuck in our past or living in an illusion of future. So once we start to really live in this present moment, a lot of things will change for you and for the people that surround you. So I want to thank you for showing up today. I hope that you will I hope that you will share a comment. What was the one thing that you will take action? And more than anything else, I hope that we added value, but you can also add value to others by sharing this video. So you can become the hero, not only in your own life by taking action, but also by sharing this video and become the hero in someone else's life. I will see you in our next episode. Thank you for showing up today and every day. And Yolanda, thank you for taking this time to share your experience, adding so much value to our community, and looking forward to all the incredible events which you and your amazing team is preparing. So pretty sure we will be back here in no time to already talk about the results of those events. Thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.